welcome to the Moment for Women TV talk show. I am Wenyi Okubo, and with me is
Chisoma Kumefule.
The Moment for Women TV talk show is a platform where women can share their stories, struggles, and achievements. It is for women who want to get a better insight about the issues that affect them. We want women to speak out and seek help. We want to give women a voice for them to share their stories so that other women will be inspired to talk about their ordeals and get help. Today we'll be talking about a deep-seated issue. United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 5, which is gender equality. I'm afraid this cannot be achieved in 2020. So what do you think about it?
I don't think it can be achieved because most women are undergoing what we are about to talk about, which is domestic violence.
So domestic violence is a deep-seated issue in Africa, which is a cause for serious concern because a lot of women have lost their life due to domestic violence. It is estimated that 1 in 3 women are victims of domestic violence and 26% of them refuse to speak out. Now, if this trend continues, I'm afraid to say that a lot of women will continue to lose their life and then there will be no solution to it. So, we've had cases whereby men beat up their wife and give silly excuses that their wife is stubborn. We've also had cases whereby some men refuse to eat their wife's food just because of a minor disagreement they have at home. And then the worst part is the fact that most of these men deny their wife's sex. Isn't this case?
Wait, what about women too that also deny their husband's sex? Yes. I mean, it happens in some homes. You're saying that men deny their wife's sex. What about women that also deny their husband's sex? I think this thing is actually a two-way thing. I don't think that some women actually contribute to this. Yes, because you know men, they like their ego, they want to have it, they want to have the command. If he tells you to go there, you want you to go there. If he tells you to do this, you want to do that. And then you now come in and you say, I don't want to do that. He will be like, this woman is not submitting, and then he beats her off. And then the woman starts crying and shouting for help. So I think even we women too, we even contribute to it.
Chisoma, I quite disagree with you on that.
I think
our viewers, I would like you to share your views and opinion about this issue. Please send your comments and reviews to The Moment for Women on Facebook at The Moment for Women, on our YouTube channel at The Moment for Women. Stay tuned as I invite a special guest to discuss about this issue. Are women the cause of domestic violence? Do women deserve to be beaten? Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Back to The Moment for Women TV talk show. If you're just joining us, we were talking about domestic violence, and like we said before, we have a special guest appearance in our midst, all the way from Ibadan. In fact, I'm very honored to have her in the show. She came all the way from Ibadan to be here with us on the show. She is no other person than the beautiful Mrs. Omobalale Adedeji. She is a program manager working with NGO called the Shade for Women, the Shade of Women Foundation. This is a registered NGO that gives holistic support to women and children that are faced with domestic violence. And she's also an entrepreneur. She has a fashion enterprise where she empowers young women and youth in fashion. She's also an alumni of the Young African Leadership Initiative, and her NGO is also in partnership with the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Youth and Sports, and the Ministry of Justice. Welcome to the show, ma'am. Mrs. Omobalale Adedeji. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Now we understand that your NGO, the Shade of Women Foundation, addresses issues on domestic violence. So, what is your own perspective and your view on domestic violence?
Right, thank you very much. I'm going to start firstly by telling us what domestic violence is and what domestic violence is not. First of all, domestic violence is a violence that happens within a family setting. It has to happen within a family. It doesn't matter whether the abuse happens outside the home or inside the home, as long as it is between, it won't be between intimate partners that are not legally married. That's what we call boyfriend and girlfriend in our society. Domestic violence can occur between heterosexual and bisexual. It could be among the gay and the lesbian. It could be among also be an abuse against an elderly, because these are the two that we always most of the time often exclude from domestic violence. It could be a violence against an elderly, it could be a violence against a child. And one of the things that we don't regard as domestic violence is also child marriage. It's also a domestic violence. So then we have different forms of domestic violence. We have the physical domestic violence, which is the one that is more pronounced. which is the one that people talk about most of the time. We have the physical, we have the emotional, we have the social, financial, and then we have the spiritual one. So the physical one is the one that we see, that you can see the scar on the person that's been violated, abuse, because the person will feel less of human after this. Then the financial one is the situation whereby maybe the husband or the wife has financial authority over the other person, and the other one with the authority controls when or when not the other person can have financial access to some things. So, and then the spiritual one is when a man or a woman is using spiritual, I would like to use the word bamboos, to bamboos this house that you are not spiritually good, you are not worthy to God and all those kind of things. Then the person starts feeling bad and less of human, and the person worship God less and all that. So anything actually that deprive another person of freedom. As human beings, we all have freedom. Once you are denying the other person freedom, either mentally, physically, socially, it's domestic violence.
Hello, man, you said something about emotional abuse, because a lot of us believe that when a woman comes out and says she is being abused, people want to see the scar, possibly a wound on her body and all that, and then people don't get to see the emotional aspect of it, because I've had cases whereby a lot of women are abused, and they'll say that I'm abused by my husband, and people don't believe them because of the fact that nobody sees a scar on their body. I want you to really talk about emotional abuse and the effects, psychological effects it has on the lives of women. I really want you to talk more about emotional abuse.
Right, thank you very much. Like I said earlier, the emotional abuse is the worst part because it's the most difficult one to treat. If I caught you with a knife or something, it's easy for people to see, then you can apply ointment and all that and it heals easily. But emotional hurt is very, very difficult to heal. And that's why it's generating to be lots of things in the home. It could lead to depression, it could lead to withdrawal, societal withdrawal, it could lead to the person feeling less, it could even lead to the woman, if in this case if it's a woman, it could lead to a woman not taking proper care of her children because she's just feeling inadequate. She might even be second guessing whether taking care of these children is the right thing to do at this moment or not. So it could lead to so many things. It could even lead to, it gets as bad as suicide actually, the emotional part.
Wow, this is very, very surprising because in my own years, I never knew that child marriage is part of domestic violence. I usually thought it was just something physical, what we can see. But now you talked about child marriage, talked about the spiritual form of domestic violence, and so many, I mean, we have many people now, right now, that are watching this show, and they want to know, can you just emphasize more on that child marriage being a form of domestic violence?
Okay, so when you force a child to go and marry, of course, a child does not even understand the concept of marriage because according to Nigerian law, somebody that is below age 18 is regarded as a child.
Yes.
So definitely at age 18, I'm sure you guys, when you guys were below 18, there were some stupid decisions that we were making. Yes. We are probably going topless around, we are probably playing with sand and all that. So, and I'm sure you can't do that right now. Of course, because you can make informed decisions, you are aware of your body, you are aware of so many things.
Okay.
So when you force a child of that age, they're supposed to be having fun, enjoying herself into a marriage, especially, and in most cases, they actually force these kids to marry an elderly person who can make informed decisions for themselves. So it is an abuse. That child did not give you consent. That's just the truth of the matter. That child did not give you consent. Force a child into that kind of marriage is an abuse.
So forcing a child against his or her consent rather is an abuse, and that is a term that a form of domestic violence.
Even if the child is happy that she is going to this marriage, she did not give you consent because she cannot give you consent until she's 18 years old. So it is an abuse. In some developed countries, you could go to jail for it.
This is really, really enlightening today.
It's very, very
enlightening. Viewers, I hope you're listening to our guests on this topic. Ma, you said something about spiritual manipulation. Let me use that word. Spiritual manipulation. Bamboo. Some people want to.
I've not heard that word before.
So please, can you please
okay, so like in Nigeria we have two I'm a Muslim and I want to marry a John. It's my choice. So if I agree with John that I'm going to remain a Muslim and John agree, then after we married, then John started making me feel less of a human because I'm practicing Islam, or I'm going to go to hell and all those kind of things. They start punishing me for those choices. It becomes an issue because I have rights to my religion. But if before I marry John, I agree that I'm going to be a Christian, that's another case entirely. So domestic violence actually is a very complicated issue that we need to take out one by one so that we don't accuse somebody wrongly. Also, then there's also the aspect of rape. That this is even a major issue. If you go to police now and say I was raped, then the police ask you by who, my husband, and they start laughing at you.
And that's what happens every day. That's what happened every day. In fact, I know there was a particular woman who went to the police station to report to the police that my husband raped me. And then, you know, the policemen were laughing like, madam, how can you say, what kind of thing is that? What if you don't say your husband, how your husband feel raping? You know, things like that now. And at that point, she would just like, she would be silent. She wouldn't want to talk about it.
Because this is a societal problem. We are, in Africa, we perceive that once you are married to a man, he has total control over you. But that's wrong, that's a myth. If I say no, I mean no. I have a reason for saying no. I may not be in the best frame of mind to explain why I'm saying no, but if you force me after saying no, especially if you physically force me down, push me down to have sex with you at that moment, it is a rape. It's called marital rape.
Ma, you remember, Chisom, you said something that women are the enablers of domestic violence, and that some women contribute, some women are very stubborn, and it has to be beaten. Ma, what's your take on that? Because I really want to know, how can someone tell me that because of the fact that she is a woman and she's stubborn, a man then will not have to beat her?
Yes, I wanted to throw more light on it.
Because let's really talk about this.
Throw more light on it.
Okay, so this is more of a cultural problem, actually. Like I said, in our culture, once a woman gets married to a man, she becomes an entity, she becomes an object to the man. And not again, it is a myth. We are not objects. Women are not objects. The same way a man is not an object. Do you understand?
Yes.
So when how do I put it? When a woman abuses or insults or argue or whatever excuse the man wants to give with a man, the man has a choice. We always have a choice. The man has a choice to walk away. You understand? The same thing, I'm a woman, my husband is insulting me, calling me names and all. I have a choice to walk away and not engaging. You understand? So, but the moment you decide to stay with the woman and then start exchanging words with her and all that, it's your choice.
Okay, viewers, we've heard what our guest speaker said on domestic violence. The question right now is, are women the enablers? Come and join the conversation. Drop your comments and your reactions on our social media platforms. On Facebook at Moments for Women, on Twitter at Moments for Women, and on YouTube at Moments FOR Women. Stay tuned, we'll be right back shortly after the short break. Before we went on the break, we were talking about where women can get, especially victims of domestic violence, can get help and support out of this domestic violence. And with me here on the show is Mrs. Adedeji. She's going to tell us where women and victims of domestic violence can actually get the help, necessary help and support they need. So please tell us more.
Alright, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to start with the laws that we have. Some years back, we do not have laws that support domestic violence, but right now we have federal laws that can actually prosecute an abuser. We have laws that protect women now, so women can actually seek legal assistance when they feel that somebody, like maybe their husband is abusing them. A man can also seek for help from legal assistance also. And aside from that, I was introduced, I'm the program manager for the Shield of Women Foundation. It's an NGO in Ibadan. We are established to specifically give holistic support to women in domestic violence situation. So we welcome women with their company, we accept them without judging them, and we have an oath of confidentiality. We do not, under any circumstances, release their information or whatever story that they've given to us. Then we support them with therapy, we support them with lawyers if they need, which was why we partner with the Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Health. We give them therapy, they go through a series of therapy, and then when we find out that this particular woman is financially independent, we try to ask them the next thing: what do you want to do? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to learn a trade? Do you want to learn a skill? And one of the people that empower them with fashion skills. So these are the things that we do. We don't just get them out, then we give them. And some of them we invite their husband, because sometimes some of these women need help but they don't want to leave their home. So sometimes we invite their husband, they go through therapy sessions together. Okay? So there are so many places they can go to. I know Lagos State has a toll-free call line that they can call. I'm sure Ibadan is working on having a toll-free too, but it's yet to be officially announced. And I'm also sure of African Girls Empowerment Hub, where they can go in and receive woman-to-woman counseling. They can reach for help. There are so many places. We have organizations, we have NGOs all over Nigeria that they can walk into and seek for help. There's always help somewhere around you. We will not judge you. It doesn't matter, even if you think your story is silly, we will not judge you. That's just the truth of the matter. We need you to come out, we need you to talk, we need you to seek for help. We don't want you to die inside it. We don't want you to mar your children's future by them experiencing violence every day, because your son is going to grow up thinking hitting a woman is normal, and your daughter is going to grow up thinking being abused is normal. So we need you to come out, we need you to talk, we need you to speak out, okay, speak out. I'm going to re-emphasize speak out. Women need to speak out.
Abusing their wives, and then the wife keeps silent. Like for instance, I had an example of a woman who got married to a lawyer, and then she was physically abused from time to time, and then she kept her mouth shut, and then before we knew it, she died. So I want you to talk more about this. Should women be scared of their husband just because their husband's a politician, or is a very well-respected man in the society, is a pastor, he's a banker or a manager somewhere, and because of that they should keep their silent and then die out of it? What do you have to say about this?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say the law, as you can see, the statute for law is blind. So the law does not even understand whether you're a pastor or you're a minister or you're a politician. You're even a politician or whatever. So first of all, that's one thing I want women to first understand, that the law does not respect the position of their husband. So when your husband is violating you and you want to take illegal action, his position is not going to influence the law. Just as a good lawyer, go out, seek for help. Then another thing is, if you are covering your husband's bad behavior, because it is actually a bad behavior to hit another person, irrespective of whether the person is married to you or not. So if you are protecting your husband's behavior and you end up dead, now two things are going to happen. Your husband is going to marry another person who is likely to maltreat your children. Only few women are lucky that their husband will be married and then they take very good care of their children. But there is another adage in Yoruba that says that more talk the other more. So the truth of the matter is you need to leave your children alone. Now this man is a politician. He really have time. So you're going to leave your children with somebody who will definitely not have enough time to take care of them to bring them up rightly. Then also the emotional scars on your children. The children are going to be, they're going to grow up thinking this thing is normal. It's not normal. If you're, let's say for example, the lady that stabbed her husband to death, she has been in prison for God knows when. Now, let's assume this is your daughter. Okay, your daughter is already a big societal criminal. Everybody already know her. Everybody's going to be pointing at you as that's the mother of that woman, that's
husband,
and all that. So why do we want to expose our children to all those kind of things? Why do you want your children to experience violence? It's not normal. It's not normal. People are doing everything to get children out of war, out of insurgency and all. Then you want to be subjecting your children to that at home. No. Don't do that to your children. Don't even do that to yourself. Because if you die, nobody will take care of your children. If your son grow up and then he kills his wife, he's going to go to jail. You're going to end up losing your son. And then you're going to end up having the same social stigma you don't want. It doesn't matter. Your husband will probably not face as much consequence as you feel. As you will face. That's the truth of the matter. Because when a child do well, to respect the father, but when a child goes wrong, the blame is on the woman. So that's why we need to do everything to raise our children properly. Raise your son to know that hitting a woman is a no-no. When a woman says no, it means no. Do not force a woman to do anything. Then let your daughter understand self-pride and all that, but they can never understand all this if you are subjecting yourself to continuous abuse and they watch you. Well, how will you even feel if one day your son decides to stood up for you and hit the father? How will you feel? It's really terrible.
It even happens. It's happening.
So these are the things that we need to think about. We need to think about the long-term effects. We need to think about, is this something we want to pass on generation to generation? Is that what you want to do to your generation? Is that what you want to be remembered for? That this is the family of wife beaters? Because at the end of the day, it's going to escalate. It might not escalate with you and your husband, but your son are going to portray this attribute, and then somebody's going to say, I want a man no more, I don't know. You understand all this kind of things? It's going to go on. So we need to cover it as fast as possible so that it doesn't become a generational issue.
This is really enlightening. And one thing that our guests keep hammering about is for women to speak up. Please, we want women to speak up. And that is the reason why Moment for Women is all about. The Moment for Women is all about women, giving women a voice for them to speak out without the fear of anybody, without being afraid of mistreatment, without being afraid of what their husbands or family members will do, or about what will people say. So please, women, you have to speak up and seek help. Chisom, do you have any other thing you want to add as regards to this?
Yes, actually, ma'am. Well, period to your arrival on the show. Almost physical. Yes, I have to be very blunt now. I have to be realistic. She almost beat me up because she made a point that men, with husbands in quotes, usually deny their wives sex. So I wanted to shed more light on this issue.
Okay, so it is wrong for either one to punish the other one. We shouldn't even be coming to the situation where we need to punish each other for any reason. So we need to practice love. We need to. Somehow you guys are going to marry. There was love, so let's keep on keeping the love. Let's love each other. Let's love our family. Let our children see us as love beings. Let's be love beings. So let's continue to court even when you are married.
So it therefore means that this sustainable development goal cannot be achieved if women are continuously abused and beaten
and disempowered.
You know.
Okay, so I'm actually more of an optimistic person. So I believe the 17 goals are achievable. I'm one of the people trying to achieve the goal 1 and goal 8. So, and also the goal 5. So I believe it's achievable. We can do everything. And then the goal 17 says partnership. So we need to partner with all these other 16 goals. We need to work together. If you read all the 17 goals, you see that somehow they are intertwined. If a woman has a decent job, it means she's not as equal as a man. And because one of the reasons why we are saying women are unequal is because they don't get the same opportunity goals, and then we'll be able to achieve all goals. I believe that all goals are achievable. Then, as much as possible, we need to keep talking about the SDGs. We need to keep talking about the inequality issue. We need to let people understand why we need to solve the issues, because it is actually not the solution. When we solve these issues, it's not for you. It is for you and I. If we have a good environment, we will live better. If we have the safe environment, because we have safe water, we drink good water and all that. So it's actually for every one of us. So we need to work hand in hand to achieve these goals. Then, for example, I'm a fashion designer, I empower women, I'm encouraging every other people out there. If you're a fashion designer, if you're a makeup artist, you're a hairdresser, try as much as possible to contribute to your quota, even if it's just one person that is trained for free for 1 month. Please, let's do everything we can to achieve all these goals. And then I believe it's obviously achievable, even before the 2018.
Alright, thank you, Ma, for being with us on the show today. It's an honor to have you. Alright. Okay, viewers, we've come to the end of today's episode. You've heard all we said, you've watched the video. You can drop in your comments on our Facebook page at Moments for Women, on Twitter at Moments for Women, and on YouTube at Moments FOR Women. Don't forget to also keep staying with us on the show. We're bringing much more interesting things to talk about in our coming episodes. For now, it's not bye-bye, but see you again. I remain your host, your co-host Chisoma Kwefole, and with me,
Queen Yoku. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Do have a lovely day.
Bye.